For some reason, yeah. When it comes to not Warframe. Well, speaking of which, yeah. In terms of TennoCon 2021, it was doing well. Like, we get to see the new war gameplay. Also, if you want to, not hear me ramble, just get to 318. That's where the list is starting. So yeah, for those that are wondering, how'd it go? It went pretty well, even though it literally had me out of commission for let's say a whole lot of hours. But I do believe it was worth it. I mean, then again, it's not like well, let's see. It's not like it's not like I end up getting Lucky Prime along with a new Gunblade and some armor bits, but I ended up making a loadout for him, which is pretty cool. It's based off of my own Loki, which is literally yin and color. It's basically white and black, or black and white, along with the gold accents. And not to mention, the armor pieces also came in with this ridiculously long stick. So yeah, I think I'm getting off topic here. What was this video about again? Let's see. If I remember correctly, it was. Oh, right. Need to Be Payback. Right. Let me get started. Need to Be Payback is a game that came out around 2017 and has over 80 cars. Well, it was 79 to 78 cars without the DLC and without the updates. And just letting you guys know, I had driven all the cars in that game specifically. Why? Because for those who do not know, I owned 150 cars in Need to Be Payback. So yeah. Without further ado, let's get this started. Now, I do have a couple of rules, and this is a recap for those that have not watched the last video. If you see something known, well, here, give me a moment. If you see something that says OP counter and it's a medicine bottle, you will probably know why. And not to mention, I'm also going to be counting DLC vehicles as well. So yeah, that's what that looks like. Without any further ado, oh yeah, and not to mention, it was really difficult to actually record every single one of these. And not to mention, I apologize for posting it. It's been literally 2 weeks. Don't worry, I'm gonna get this done. So without further ado, let's get started. The Volvo Amazon P130. Yeah, I'm pretty sure most people would know this car just by the 6 vehicles that were not in the game when the game first came out. Like seriously, it was 6 missing vehicles, and this is one of them. 5 out of 10. The Volkswagen Beetle, a derelict vehicle that a lot of people seems to not like racing, and you probably would know why. Because this thing, for those who do not know, is the king of drag cars. So yeah, most overpowered super build out of 10. The Volvo 242DL. Yes, this is another vehicle that was missing in the game. Believe it or not, yeah, sleeper out of 10. Volkswagen Golf GTI. Yeah, I'm not trying to say this thing is slow, but yeah, it's really slow. Sorry, car out of 10. Mazda MX-5 1996. For those that had not seen my last list, you pretty much will know. You pretty much will probably see for the most part, saying positive things about this car. Well, I mean, I wanted to, but then again, it depends on who you ask. Because in real life, I cannot fit this car even if I tried. Camera Gang out of 10. Ford Mustang. Counter, please. Thank you. Yeah, the Ford Mustang. Literally the Beetle if it was a muscle car. I mean, seriously, this thing is it's in race class, off-road class, drift class, and even a runner class. This thing needs to like be nerfed. Stop using Mustang out of 10. Also, MX-5 2015. This car has more parts than the MX-5, which is pretty interesting. Say the least. 6 out of 10. Yeah. Nissan Fairlane 240ZG. This car is ironically not the most overpowered, due to the fact that even though this car is a super build, it is really balanced. Drag cars, you can use it in drag races, you can use it in drift races, you can even use it in grip and everything else. 7 out of 10. Acura RX Type S. Yeah. For those are wondering, for those are outside the U.S., we have a company called Acura. It was basically Honda's luxury brand, and it's actually the very good first car. But apparently it's not a starter car, so take it how you will. Where's my Type R version out of 10? Series 10 says I pickup. Yeah, it's not as overpowered as the Beetle and the Mustang, but the truck is ridiculously fast. I mean, if you put in an off-road class, you're guaranteed to win, but everything else, you might as well use something else. And not to mention, this truck it's literally a farm truck. Farm truck out of 10. Counter, please. Yeah, the Bel Air is one of those cases. Is more, for the most part, a really fast car. Like literally, it dominates every single category that you can actually put the car in. And I'm not kidding when I say that. And heck, I used this car into drag racing once. Oh yeah, broke air out of 10. Chevrolet Camaro SS. This is a drag car that you can actually get for free. And no one actually used it. Wondering why? Don't know. Actually, people actually got the deluxe version of this game. But yeah, 4 out of 10. That hurts. Subaru BRZ Premium. This car is another case where you can actually get this car and more like it will work in race class and drift class. Or say race back or drift back. I actually can't tell. Or say I can tell the difference. But the rest, you'll be best not going for those. Underrated drift car out of 10. Ford Roadster. Ah, great. Yep, they actually They look at 2015. They take the Ford Roadster, broke its back in two, and yeah, it's not. Yeah, it can't go 250 miles per hour anymore. Out of 10. Ford Mustang Fox Body. Yeah. The Fox Body is one of those cases where if you really know what you're doing, it's basically good. But yeah, 2 out of 10. Nissan 180 SX Type X, another drift car drifter's favorite car, is one of the many vehicles I know you can actually do everything else. 9 out of 10. The Buick Grand National. Whose idea is it to actually get this car, or actually put the car in the starting car list? Yeah, I'm not joking when I say that, because keep in mind the Grand National was literally the 80s king. Yeah, don't ask why it's not simple, but yeah, 80s king out of 10. Honda Civic Type R 2000. Yeah, for the most part, on one hand, yeah, spoon fed out of 10. Mercury Cougar, great. I remember when this man, I remember when I first seen this car in the Cops trailer, and I looked at it, I'm like, is that a Mustang or something different? And I looked it up, it was a Mercury Cougar. Uh, yeah, no, not that kind of Cougar out of 10. Nissan Silvia Spec Car Aero, another car that actually got its priorities straight, and yeah, 7 out of 10. Honda S2000, another starter car. Last of the final starter cars that actually came around when this game was available. And yeah, you end up getting an S2000 as your first car. Ironically, it is by far the most powerful powerful Honda around the entire game. That's not turboed. And it's customizable. I mean, seriously. Oh yeah, and it's also good at drift racing. So there's that. VTEC go out of 10. Volkswagen Golf GTI Club Sport. When I first saw this vehicle, I dreaded when I saw this car because little did I know I played TDU2, and that car just brings me bad memories. Kind of a good thing that he doesn't have anything like that. Why body it out of 10? Subaru Impreza Direct STI. I'm sorry, but when are we gonna get the newer Direct STI? I mean, I know the Sting car is actually, yeah, it's also your first off-road vehicle. Off-road vehicle out of 10. Plymouth Barracuda. Yeah, it's not as overpowered as most people would say, but yeah, it's actually a really good off-roader and a good street car. Drifting, I'm used to it, but yeah, Mopar out of 10. Honda Civic Type R. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you already know where I'm going with this. So let me get straight. You actually give us a Civic Type R. We were excited, but it was the 2015 model, not the 2017 model. Wrong Type R out of 10. Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 9. Of all the JDM cars that actually was available in this game, they give us the Evo 9, and it was already available to be maxed out to $399. And yeah, this is also known as the RSR killer. So, and not to mention, it's actually one of my fifth favorite Evos of that generation. So it's a family car out of 10. Ford Focus RS. Yeah. Ghost Games might either pay attention to Jack Automotive or Jake Paul, because yeah, the RS is actually in the game and it's pretty good. Dress Button out of 10. Nissan 350Z teaser car, and not to mention you can literally wide body the mess out of it and it will still look good. Teaser car out of 10. BMW M3 Evolution 2 E30. Yeah, boxy style in its from the 80s. That's two things that I can describe. Unfortunately, due to the fact that there's no BBS in this game, yeah. Also, Rich Kids drive these. Ace Rich Kid out of 10. Ford Mustang Boss 02. This car literally just doesn't have a good time being in these games. 4 out of 10. That hurt. Mazda RX-7 Spirit R. Counter, please. Yeah, even though it's my favorite JDM car, unfortunately, it actually has the tendency of being overpowered in drift races. Rotary power out of 10. Lowers the least. Do I have to say it? Ford Mustang GT. Trailer car. Of all the vehicles that I've seen in the trailer, I've seen this car more times than I can count. Trailer car out of 10. Mercedes AMG A45. I was really confused on what it's supposed to be, because on one hand it's supposed to be a hatch that's supposed to compete with the Type R and the Focus, but on the other hand the car costs 35 grand. That is not a lot. In fact, it is a lot, but it's not to the point where it's 60 Z63 money. In fact, the C300s are more expensive than the vehicle itself. Out of 10. Nissan Skyline GTR V-Spec from 1993. You've seen the last listing videos. You already know. 7 out of 10. Audi S5 Sportback. When I first heard that we're getting an S5 in the game, I didn't expect a Sportback. I expected a two-door coupe with a powerful, muscular German V8 under the hood. But unfortunately, it wasn't the case. Not only that, the S5 we get was, it's just no. What are you doing? Dodge Challenger SRT8. The reason why you will buy this car is for two things. Either you're doing takeovers or you're literally doing drag racing. 6 out of 10. Nissan Skyline R34 GTR from 1999 is one of the many cars that I have that had literally second to third hand vehicles that I ended up getting in this entire game. One was the Sura, the other was the Speed Hunters edition of the Skyline, and that's certain at least it was silver. Anyways, 7 out of 10. BMW M3 E46. My goodness. I know it's basically one of the most famous BMWs of all time, but dear God. Yeah, 6 out of 10. Also, it's very customizable. BMW M2. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's one of those cases where you bought a car because it looks cool, but you don't use it. Am I the only one that thinks about these things? I mean, it depends on you, so there's that. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, BMW M2. Also, yeah, the other like 6. Yeah, that's pretty sure. Porsche 911 Carrera S 1990 993 is one of the many Porsches that I actually liked, other than the 964 and the 997. The 993 is basically, yeah, it's RWB out of 10. Nissan Skyline 2000 GTR. You can literally make a Bozo Zoku car, and it'll still be cultured. Also, this car is pretty good. 7 out of 10. BMW M3 E92. A M3 that actually has a V8 basically means that it is ridiculously awe-inspiring. Unfortunately, most people go for 328i's or 335i's, but it's whatever. 8 out of 10. Dodge Charger from 1969. Here's a fun fact. I actually changed the front end of this car when I first got the car for a drag racing spec. So yeah, it's a 69 model with a 68 front end. So yeah, wheelie out of 10. BMW M4 GTS. Oh my goodness, this car is ridiculously fast for what it is. For those who do not know, the M4 GTS is actually a performance model of the BMW M4. And keep in mind, it's not just that it's more powerful, but it's also, well, more lighter. Faster / customizable M4 out of 10. NSX Type R. Who in the right mind actually nerfed the absolute mess out of this car in the game? Because, yeah, 4 out of 10. That hurts as well. Porsche Cayman GT4. Yeah. Of all things that actually of all the vehicles that actually driven around, this was, yeah, it was, Chevrolet Camaro Z28. You can literally make a 5th gen out of 5.5 gen Camaro. That is freaking cool. But that's the only reason why you will actually get this car. Otherwise, you couldn't get a twin turbo, not twin turbo. You couldn't get a supercharger for this car. 5 out of 10. Chevrolet Corvette Grand Sport. Am I the one that actually thought that the car is gonna be a Z06 when they actually show it off? I mean, seriously, it has a slight wide body, but it actually looks pretty cool. And not to mention, the front end literally just says it all. I mean, then again, for the same way, I wouldn't mind it. 06 out of 10? BMW X6M. You know, for me, I'm not the biggest fan of the X6s, so 2 out of 10. Porsche 911 Carrera S 991. BMW M5. Oh man, this is a interesting vehicle. In fact, I ended up beating a Koenigsegg with one of these. 10 out of 10. Chevrolet Corvette Z06. A C6 that most people wouldn't buy. Yeah. Mercedes-Benz GT. Yeah. It's actually not a bad vehicle to actually drive around with. It's pretty cool. 6 out of 10. Jaguar F-Type. Do I really need to say it? 0 out of 10. Just no. Dodge Viper SRT. 10 or aka SRT Viper. A vehicle that is easily forgotten, but hey, you can only find them in the race dealerships. Anyways, yeah, that's it for the Dodge Viper. Nissan GTR Premium. Yeah. Also, you should have seen it in my last video. Anyways, Porsche Panamera Turbo. Yeah. Bonds about these out of 10. Acura NSX. This is by far. I actually do like the second gen NSXs. Although most people didn't like them because of nostalgia or was supposed to be. It actually looks pretty cool. Underrated Acura out of 10. Porsche 911. Yes, yeah, you already know I'm gonna add the counter for this. This is by far the most broken Porsche of all time. Porsche 911 GT3 RS. This is by far my third favorite generations of GT3 RSs. Yeah, German midlife crisis out of 10. Now they are a V10 Plus. I actually like this car. In fact, when I first got it, I ended up wide buying it, and then I ended up making it sleek. 8 out of 10. McLaren 570S Coupe, actually. This is actually a pretty cool car. 5.70 out of 10. Aston Martin DB11. James Bond car. And not to mention, just getting silver. 007 out of 10. Lamborghini Diablo SV. Yeah, just get out of here. Lamborghini Huracan. Counter, please. Thank you. The pinnacle of the drifting community's hate needs to be drifting community hatred for the car. Lamborghini Murcielago LP670-4 SV. Childhood car, and not to mention it also has my favorite color on it, which is, well, gray. Ford GT. Pretty sure most people would know this car for having a V6. And in fact, the older Ford GTs have V8s, supercharged V8s for that matter. So yeah, 6 out of 10. Lamborghini Aventador Coupe. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't impressed how this car performs. In fact, a lot of cars are pretty much faster than this. And I'm not joking when I say that. 4 out of 10. Porsche 918 Spiders. We're getting to the good stuff here. A V8 powered hypercar that actually has a hybrid motor actually gives it a lot more power. V8 hybrid part 1 out of 10. McLaren P1. Villain car. Yeah, pretty sure it would have been a lot simpler if the villain actually had a Koenigsegg. But yeah, a P1 is ridiculously expensive, but not as expensive as real life. Real life literally just costs 900k. This costs 500k, so I'm not mad. But yeah, cool car nonetheless. VA Hybrid Part 2 out of 10. Bet cost is 7.32. Who in the right mind would think that this car could be upgradable? And it's true, it's upgradable. And not to mention, it is funny how a lot of people thought it was really overpowered. But here's another overpowered vehicle, the Koenigsegg Regera. Yeah, 1 guaranteed superior out of 10. Aston Martin Vulcan. Who did this to this car? 5 out of 10. And that's the certainly not least, Pagani Huayra BC. Overpriced out of 10. Yeah, up next you have the Land Rover Defender 110. This car is just bad. 0 out of 10. Up next, you got the Ford Raptor. It's the Ford F-150 Raptor, which is 2nd gen. Another V6 powered truck? V6 out of 10? And last but not least, we got the Mercedes-Benz AMG G63. Yeah, 1 out of 10. Alright, now it's time for me to explain talking about DLC cars. The Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio, a sports car that I actually legit like. 8 out of 10. Land Rover Range Rover Sport SVR. This is another vehicle where I'm just face palming on how many people actually like this truck. 6 out of 10. Mini John Cooperworks Countryman. The reason why you put up with this car is because it was the only vehicle that you get in the Speed Cross update. And then right to complete it, you literally sold the car and you bought yourself another one just for it not to be used again. 4 out of 10. Chevrolet Colorado ZR2. Fun fact, I actually made a livery for this truck and had over 1,000 downloads. And for those who do not know what it is, it's a monster livery. So there's that. 5 out of 10. Infiniti Q60S. This is by far my favorite DLC vehicle when the Speed Cross first came out. Yeah, that's basically about it. Not to mention, this is the only Infiniti that's in the game that's drivable. Unlike the G35, which is shown around and most likely would have been used if it was possible. Yeah, it was pretty interesting to say the least. 7 out of 10. Pontiac Firebird. For the most part, I'm not mad at the car. I'm mad at the developers that keep adding this car to every single game. Smokey and Abandoned out of 10. Aston Martin DB5. James Bond car part 2. And not to mention, it's slightly faster than the Firebird, but and again, I like the Firebird more. 007 part 2 out of 10. And last but not least, Nissan Skyline. The reason you end up getting this car is because it was a test for that's when more cars actually get around 300 plus. Need for Speed Underground out of 10. Alright, that's it for now. So yeah, overall, if you actually see that most of the numbers are missing or any rating, because I was actually in a time lapse, and not to mention I'm actually still focusing on the newer video for the Crew 2. So yeah, how many cars are in Need for Speed Heat again? Let's see. I think it's right here. No wait, it's right here. Wait, there we go. So what? Oh god, 134 Clean Deluxe Edition. Oh no. Well, alright, I might as well go then. Anyways, that'll be it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below. I want to see you next. You can follow me on Instagram at Goddrifter247sun Productions. You can follow me on Twitter at G27S. As a certain not least, you can check my Discord at Goddrifter247sun Productions Garage Museum. And last but certainly not least, you can check out my Twitch at G27S in case that my YouTube doesn't work. And also, I apologize that I haven't got this video out sooner or later, but hey, what can I do? Also, Need for Speed Heat, needs to be heat. Carless is next. Also, yeah, I think that's about it. Stay tuned for more videos and more live streams to come by. This is Goddrifter247sun signing off. I hope you guys have a dope day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.